"20 years of PlayStation. What a milestone." In the previous video, I mentioned my top 10 favorite video games from the console that started it all. Now we fast forward from 1996 to the year 2000, the year the PlayStation 2 made landfall with an even bigger bang than its predecessor. Even to this day, the PS2 remains as the best-selling video game console of all time, with 155 million units sold as of 2012, even after production of the system stopped completely just this past January. I still have mine from when I got it for Christmas in 2001, and it's still going strong nearly 15 years later. So, to give it all the love it's had at first sight on its birthday, I'm giving you my top 10 favorite PlayStation 2 games. Again, this video is all based on my opinion. Also, since I love this console so much, it's impossible for me to have that one game per franchise rule. It's my video, my taste. Please do leave what your favorite PlayStation 2 games are in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed the video, please do leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with a BFF. And with that being said, let's continue the series. Number 10. Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. Starting off the list is a game that I've fallen in love with on the GameCube. I prefer this version better because it's got every puzzle from both of the previous Super Monkey Ball games, and y'all know how much I love puzzles. Plus, playing the mini games are so much fun on a PlayStation controller. While I'm not a veteran Super Monkey Ball player, I'm good enough to just enjoy it as a way to heal my boredom. I've seen some of those harder expert levels and the master levels. Yikes. I am not ready to take those on, and I don't think I ever will anytime soon. I don't need to. It's all about the fun. Number 9. Ratchet Deadlock. The first one is a classic, but difficult to beat. The second one introduced the upgrade system, but again, it was hard. The third one is fun and easier to play, but, well, I prefer Deadlock because of everything in it. The story, the gameplay mechanics, the battle bots, and every single character. It also has my all-time favorite weapon just for this game, the Scorpion/Leviathan flail. That weapon's always gotten me through every challenge in the game, especially with the shock mod added to it to give it even more unstoppable power. Overall, Ratchet Deadlock is the most fun I've ever had in a PS2 classic. One small side note here, I've got to give massive props to the movie based on Ratchet & Clank, and the game that's based on the movie. That hasn't happened since the release of Street Fighter the movie on the PS1. It looks spectacular. I can't wait to get it. Number 8. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. The first of the new Mortal Kombat games. First of all, the intro. Oh my god. Seeing Liu Kang get killed after such a long run was just shocking to me when I first saw it. That's still not as shocking as Aerith's sudden death in Final Fantasy VII. Anyway, this game takes the number 8 spot because it was the first 3D game of the franchise I've ever played. I know Mortal Kombat 4 was released before that, but I've played that after I got Deadly Alliance. It was also the first game where I finally got to pull off a successful fatality without the famous one-button fatality cheat. It was one with one of my favorite characters, Reptile. The input was the easiest and his fatality is priceless.
Reptile wins. Fatality.
It's not huge, but it's lethal. I remember his previous fatality that's similar to it.
Reptile wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
He eats the head, torso, and the legs. On Deadly Alliance, he just spits acid on the head and eats it. Guess he was on a diet at the time, or something. Hey, I'm not judging y'all, I'm just saying. Number 7, Kinetica. The most insane racing game ever thought of by mankind ever. It's also one of those games that some may not know about, even with a digital copy available on the PS4's PlayStation Store now. For those that don't know, it's a futuristic racing game where the racers' bikes are embedded on their bodies and they can perform sick tricks on the anti-gravity floor or in midair during a jump to gain speed boost. You could also siphon boost off of some boosting strips among the tracks. Mario Kart 8 has the more colorful and kid-friendly approach, but when it comes to hardcore racing, Kinetica is where it's at. Plus, one of the characters named Crank, or his alternative alias Gore, is the only one that's 100% robot. He's literally heartless, but I don't think he is spiritually. And he's my favorite racer since his steering is smooth and his tricks mind-blowing. Number 6, Ratchet and Clank, Up Your Arsenal. I love the play on words here. Many of the sequels have that adult humor in the titles, but that's not the main reason why I love this game. Being the third installment of the franchise, Up Your Arsenal gives us quite a ride all over the Solana galaxy. This is where Dr. Nefarious plots to turn every organic life form into robots of mass destruction, and Ratchet and Clank just aren't going to let that happen. The story is engaging, the humor never gets old to me, and the best part is the wide array of weaponry. My personal favorite on this one is, miraculously, the Heavy Bouncer. Thought I was going to say the Rhino 5, didn't you? I see you. Yep, the Bouncer / Heavy Bouncer is my all-time favorite Ratchet and Clank weapon, period. It's been my lifesaver in extremely tight situations, especially with the heavy variation. It's bigger, more badass, and packs so much of an explosive punch that you might as well watch a fireworks display at the same time. Number 5, Twisted Metal Black. This is the one game involving cars without racing that I actually enjoy. The demolition derby style is very awesome to me, and the dark atmosphere of every character on here adds even more action to it. The gameplay itself doesn't really deserve the M rating, but it's the stories behind the characters that do. That's the only other reason why this game is so badass to me. Of course, Sweet Tooth's story is what horrifies me the most, but it doesn't steer me away from this game. It's so much fun to play, and it'll never get old to me. Number 4. Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. Like I said in the previous PlayStation Countdown, this is one I've played with determination. The best racing game simulator ever, the third installment of this amazing franchise really blossomed above the first two games. More cars, more tracks, more customizations, more realistic graphics, and better music. I always gave my cars the best care and gave it insane amounts of horsepower that you wouldn't believe. The fastest car I had, I just can't say. It would ruin me. But let's just say that I gave it the ultimate upgrade of having nitro into the mix, and its power was at over 800 horsepower. That was the winning car for me, and hopefully I would get a car like that in real life one day. Don't worry, I won't be speeding in it though. Number 3. The Legend of Spyro, the Eternal Night. I've beaten this game so many times, I've officially lost count. That's how much I love this Spyro game. The gameplay mechanics isn't the same as the classic Spyro games of the PS1 era, but it's still an engaging experience every time I play it. Having my second favorite purple dragon, y'all know who my first is. See? Having him control more than just fire is what makes this game stand apart from all the other Spyro games because, let's face it, dragons may not be real, but holy freaking crap can they possess huge amounts of power. My favorite element for Spyro to control has to be, well, you guessed it, electricity. He can swirl in a lightning twister and shoot out explosive bolts of destruction. It's the best element for a dragon to control in my opinion. I hate to say it, but seeing Spyro use electricity makes Mega Ampharos look like an amateur. Sorry to those who like that Mega Pokemon, I'm just being honest. Number 2. Armored Core 2. This is another awesome game that I've lost count to how many times I've beaten it, even though I don't complete all of the missions. Even though I haven't played the first one that was on the PS1, the second one kind of gave me a good glimpse of what the first one had. The story is just too deep not to follow, and I absolutely love the title you get as a pilot on your giant mech, a Raven. You know how personal that is to me. Fortunately, that's not the only reason why I love this game so much. The graphics on this game are of PS3 quality, and the missions are actually pretty fun to do. One mission that gets me the most is the one where I have to destroy a couple of frighteners at a spaceport at night. I can barely see them in the darkness, and they're hard to aim at them. The only way I could beat them is if I had the ultimate missile launcher where you have 4 giant pods full of probably 50 missiles each, and they all automatically aim down at the enemy without my guidance. I just only wish we could see the people inside those mechs, especially the main antagonist, Leo's Klein. He was interesting to challenge even with his ultimate robot when you meet him on Phobos. All in all, Armored Core 2 just holds that special memory in my heart because it was also one of the first PlayStation 2 games I've ever owned, next to Kinetica and Parappa the Rapper 2. Before I reveal my number one favorite purple disc, here are a few honorable mentions.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it down like this, y'all.
Parappa the Rapper 2. Music has always been my escape from stress and my favorite pastime next to video games. Parappa the Rapper 2 has the best of both worlds in my perspective. It makes a really fun memory game where you challenge yourself to follow the rhythm of the music without looking down at the controller to help you. Sure, the game manual offers you a guide, but I'm pretty much a pro at this game at this point. I don't need it now. It's all in my head. It does get pretty hard to concentrate on the sequences while you're dancing and rhyming along, but that's what makes it even more enjoyable. Shadow Hearts. Next to Final Fantasy VII, this is the best RPG I've ever played in my life. There's literally nothing bad I can say about it. The graphics are incredible, the characters are unforgettable, the battlefield is unique with the Judgment Ring. Also, it's the only RPG so far where your enemy will let you know when they've gotten weak and instantly gives you the sign that you're almost done with them. Pokemon has that with the HP bars, but just the fact that you can see your enemy physically weakened is what sets it apart from all other RPGs out there, including Final Fantasy VII. Mortal Kombat Deception. Only because of the conquest, chess, and puzzle combat. The best minigames for the most violent fighting game franchise. Tekken Tag Tournament. The one that started the trend of using every character in my favorite fighting game franchise. Using Kunimitsu alongside Bruce, the best team for me. Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Taven. What more can I say? Now, on to number one. Tomb Raider Anniversary. First of all, to make up for the mistake I made in the PS1 video, I'll have to say that I love the first Tomb Raider. This amazing remake really made up for everything that the first one lacked. It's nearly accurate, scene for scene, level for level. It's amazing. The graphics are on point as well. Many new changes have been added to it, which makes it stand out as a pretty decent Tomb Raider game. Having Lara being able to use a grapple was the biggest and most influential change in my book. The original was very simple to play and that function wasn't necessary. But in this version, it's so much more challenging, just the way I like it. Even guiding her through her expansive mansion is a completely revised experience. She has more rooms to explore, bigger puzzles to solve, and they kept her iconic swimming pool. I love it all. Now, if only her butler would move out of her way during the tour. Thank you guys so much for watching this video of my top 10 favorite PlayStation 2 games. Of course, the PlayStation 3 variation will come sooner than you think, hopefully, depending on how my situation goes. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And let's celebrate another 20 years and beyond for the epic PlayStation. God bless you, and I'll see you guys next time. And stay positive and stay electric. Deuces!